So started.
Yeah. So very good afternoon, everyone. So we have in our class Astha, Aditya, Arpan, Ayush, Bothra, Jamima, Kaushal, Davya, Sambhav, and Shreya. So today I think it's a turn of Sanya and her team to present over here. So Sanya, you may please continue with your presentation.
Okay, sir.
Sanya, it would be good if you can on your video, all of you.
Yes, sir.
If you all can on your video, it will be good.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, very good.
Um,
Priyanshi, Yash, and Naveen, you also on your videos.
Sir, actually my webcam is not working properly.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, and
sir, is the screen visible?
yeah, of course it is visible, and you are also properly visible. Carry on.
Okay. Very good afternoon, everyone. So our today's topic, we'll be covering two topics instead of one. The first topic is going to be prohibition and restrictions regarding political contribution. And this topic is going to be covered by Naveen and Priyanshi. And me and Yash, we both are going to cover the topic loan to directors. So I'd like Naveen to start with the presentation.
Hello everyone. I am going to discuss about prohibition and restrictions regarding political contribution. Before starting this topic, I would like to put up some question. Can anybody tell me what is political party? Yes, anyone? No? Okay, so a political party is an or bodies who
Just
seek
wait.
to cap.
Just wait.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
Karan Agarwal. Karan Agarwal, are you there? Karan Agarwal. Lakshay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Karan. I am removing Karan from the meeting. Yeah, Lakshay. Please tell what is the political party.
सर कोई भी पार्टी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है कांग्रेस बीजेपी
How will you define it?
जो भी सर पॉलिटिक्स में है और उनका कंट्रोल है वो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है
Okay.
Okay, let's see what it is. A political party is an organized group of people or bodies who seek to capture political power through an election in order to run the affairs of a country. However, according to Companies Act, a political party registered under Section 29A of the Representation of the People Act 1951. It is considered under Section 182 of Companies Act 2013. The next slide is going to be about criteria and limit under section 182 subsection 1. So the criteria that decides whether a company can or cannot contribute. Okay. A company other than a government company and a company which has been in existence for less than 3 financial years may contribute any amount directly or indirectly to any political party. Now limit to the amount only that can be contributed not exceeding 7.5% of average net profit during the preceding 3 financial years, and prior approval of the board of directors required for authorizing any contribution under this section. Okay. So next is disclosure in profit and loss account as per section 182 subsection 3 and subsection 4. The total amount contributed and the name of the political party are to be disclosed in the profit and loss account of the company. Next slide is about an important note. It's an important thing to be noted that the contribution made to any person for political purpose is not allowed. For example, if a company X pays a certain person a sum of money, then it will not be regarded as political contribution. Now I would like to hand over to Priyanshi. She will present further.
Hello everyone. Let's learn some other provisions about section 182 subsection 1.
Wait, just go on the previous slide. On the previous one. Yeah. So why is the importance of registration of political party, or what is the importance? Why this topic has been discussed in Companies Act? Go on 182.1, the previous one. Yes. Why it is so that there has been a limit which is bound over here, that how much contribution to be given, and again with the approval of the board. Yes. Anyone in the class? Vigyan?
Sir, may I?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Vigyan.
Sir, can you please repeat the question?
Sorry?
Sir, can you please repeat the question?
My question is that why this in Companies Act we are studying about political parties, their the criteria, the limit. Means why these political parties are being studied over here? Yes, Vigyan.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, tell them. Karan Agarwal, are you there? Karan Agarwal. Kaushal. Karan Agarwal. Karan Agarwal, you are not responding. I am just removing you from the class. Yes, Lakshay. Lakshay.
सर हाँ सर गलती से हो गया.
Yes, Lakshay. Why this criteria, limit, and all this of political parties are here? Why we are studying this? Has anyone thought of why we have to just fix up certain limit, or any vague idea about anything? Come on.
Sir,
Yeah.
So political parties are actually non-governmental, and if we starting giving all money to political party, then it will feel like that they are running the company, and they can be fraud regarding that.
No. What else? Anyone else? But good thought, yeah. Tushar Khandelwal. Afzal. Tushar Khandelwal. Yeah. Astha, can you give some idea?
Something illegal was not happening, so
Sorry?
the provision is given in the company's law so that no illegal thing is happening In the name of company by the political parties.
What can be illegal? Actually, what happens that these political parties sometimes make pressure on the big companies that okay, you just contribute with us when we will be in power, we will give you some benefits out of it or some government tender and all that. Okay, so these type of things keep on happening in the political world also, and the political parties are actually they are they are being paid by the companies just in order to have so that they can have an over edge. Okay, so if political contribution to political parties has not been stopped, means it has not been prohibited, because who is creating the law? Government is creating the law. One or the other way, the political parties who are there in the power, they have created this law, so they have fixed up some limit that beyond which the contribution should not be there. Okay, so it is not exceeding 7.5% of average net profit during the preceding 3 financial years. And secondly, the money is of public money. It is not director's personal money. Okay, so when public money is there, so it should be, there has to be some approval of board of directors also, and there has to be, something, some restriction, some hurdles has to be there which have to be cleared. Okay, so in order to just have a contribution towards the political parties, and further, even if it is a government company, and it is allowed. Okay, so if it is a means a company which is other than government company, or company which has been in existence for less than 3 years, may contribute any amount directly or indirectly to any political party. Okay, so other than government company, they can do. But if you are a government company, so government money itself, because what happens sometimes, these politicians, they try to put a pressure on the directors of the, because these, if you see these government companies, most of the directors are appointed by the government only. So especially those government, the political party of whose government is there in the power, they may actually pressurize these people in order to pay some money. And it has happened in the past that the lot of money has been taken from the government itself. So government money is being emblazed, or it is being directed towards the payment of some non-government type of thing, what just now Saurabh told. Okay, so that is because political parties are not government. So it is a non-government organization, and even there has to be some eye on it. And that is the correct, so that these things being in the government or not being in the government whatsoever, to whosoever political party it is, whether it is in power or not, it has to be, it has to be dealt in such a way that it seems that there is no emblazonment going on. So that is the criteria why this is being studied over here. So threshold has been put in this, right? Is it okay? Yes, Sanya, you got it? Fine. So please carry on. Carry on with your presentation now. This was one of the important thing why we have to go for it. Yeah.
Okay, so let's learn some other provisions about Section 182, subsection 1. First, subscription, donation, or payment made to a person who is carrying on such activity which affects public support for a political party shall also be deemed to a contribution to a political party. Second, the amount of expenditure incurred directly or indirectly by a company on an advertisement in any publication, being a publication in the nature of souvenir, brochure, tract, pamphlet, or the like, shall also be deemed. First, where such publication is made by or on behalf of a political party to be a contribution of such amount to a political party. Second, where such publication is not by or on behalf of, but on for the advantage of political party to be a contribution for a political purpose. Next. Next is the difference between Section 293 Companies Act 1956 and Section 1.
Just wait, just go
Yes,
on the
sir.
previous slide. I hope you are able to appreciate this. Let's see, it has to be maybe in cash or in kind, whatever, but it has to be recognized. So even if you are preparing some souvenir, brochure, something like that, that again will be treated as a contribution as such. So directly or indirectly, one or the other way, yeah, such publications or contribution in anything means on the behalf of political party also is included in this amount. So you cannot, just do the things other way around. Yeah, Priyanshi, you want to say something? Continue.
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Carry on, carry on.
Next is the difference between Section 293, subsection A, Companies Act 1956, and Section 182, Companies Act 2013. First, political contribution of the company should not exceed 5% of its average net profit for the last 3 preceding years, whereas in Section 182 Companies Act 2013, political contribution of a company should not exceed 7.5% in aggregate of average net profits for the last 3 preceding years. Second, on contribution of this section, penalty could be 3 times of the amount contributed by the company, and on every officer in default, imprisonment of 3 years, whereas in Section 182 Companies Act, on contribution of this section, penalty could be 5 times of the amount contributed by a company, and on every officer in default, imprisonment up to 6 months. So there are some changes that has been made in Section 182, that the amount has been increased and the imprisonment has been decreased up to and it is up to 6 months.
So Priyanshi, can you see the difference? Means why this has happened, that imprisonment has been decreased?
So because if they are going to imprisonment officer in default, so the whole company is going to get in default. So sir, they have increased the amount and decreased the imprisonment.
Yeah, because it is useless to give imprisonment rather than taking money from the company. May this
Yes, sir.
imprisonment of 3 years, maybe of 6 months, it is one and the same thing. Because
Yes.
one or the other way, by putting them behind the bar for 3 years will not give you anything. Right? That's why it has
Yes,
been
sir.
increased. But the fine has been increased. Okay. Carry on.
Yes, sir. Next. Okay, so next is some things more about Ministry of Corporation Affairs. But before starting this topic, I would like to put up a question. What is electoral trust companies? Anybody from the crowd? Anyone? Saurabh? Saurabh?
I've heard about this word, but couldn't recall what is it.
Okay. Anyone else? Kaushal?
Yeah, sorry guys. I tried to speak and I was muted. Yeah, what you were saying? Saurabh, you said something.
So me?
Yeah, Saurabh asked something, I suppose.
Yes, I asked what is electoral trust companies?
What is?
Electoral trust.
Okay. Fine. So have you defined it properly?
No, sir, nobody has yet.
So you just carry on with it because this is something which is new. Yeah, you carry on with that. Yeah, speak, yeah. Priyanshi, read it out. Priyanshi, read it out.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, some problem was there. Okay. So, electoral trust companies is a Section 25 company or non-profit company created in India for orderly receipt of a volunteer contributions from any person and for distributing the same to the respective political parties registered under Section 29A of the Representation of People Act 1951. So, it is a company made as an account for all the contributions that has been made, it will be counted in electoral trust companies only. Instead of making many accounts, they have made one account for electoral trust companies.
So this electoral trust company will collect the money on the behalf of the political parties and will give it to
Yes.
it. Will give it to the
Yes.
respective political parties on behalf of whom it has collected the money. So even an individual can contribute in this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Carry on.
Okay. So Ministry of Corporate Affairs has issued a clarification via its circular. First, where companies make contribution to electoral trust companies rather than directly to political parties, then they need not to disclose separately the amounts paid to each electoral trust company. It would be sufficient if a consolidated figure is mentioned in the accounts as paid to electoral trust companies. Second, companies making contribution directly to the political party will be required to make the disclosures as required by section 182 subsection 3 of the Act. Third, electoral trust companies in turn should make disclosures regarding contribution made by them to them to political parties as required under section 182 subsection 3. So in
What I
this
think, yeah. You carry on.
Yes, sir. So in this, companies making contribution directly to the political parties, they have to disclose it because it is required in section 182 subsection 3. But in the political parties, electoral trust companies will make disclosures about the contribution made to political parties. They will not ask them to make disclosures, or they will not make them on behalf of them. They will not make disclosures on behalf of
Anya,
them.
sorry, Priyanshi, what does it mean?
Sir, it means that they have to disclose the amount of contribution they have made.
No, that is okay. Contributions disclosure was to be made before also.
Yes,
So
sir.
what difference does it make if the electoral trust company is making a contribution? Actually, what the thing is, if you see whether it is an electoral trust company or a company, okay, they
Yes, sir.
have to give a disclosure under section 182(3) of the Companies Act 2013, whatever disclosure they have done. Now here, if some companies are contributing towards the electoral trust company, they
Yes.
just need to give a consolidated amount. They need not to disclose that what means.
Individually.
So 182(3) disclosure is not meant for those companies who are contributing to electoral trust companies. Got it?
Okay, sir.
So the electoral trust company will make the contribution, and the companies, if they are giving directly to a political party, will also give a disclosure. Now, what happens here, Priyanshi, is that when electoral when the companies are making a contribution directly to the political party, it has to disclose the name of the political party to which the disclosure is being made. Okay, so in this way they will get exposed, and those who want to really get exposed, okay, they want to just show that with which political party they are, they can go ahead, no problem. So that's why direct
Yes.
contribution is also allowed. At the same time, those companies who have just want to keep it secret, that who just do not want to make it public, though it will be known to the political parties who have actually approached these companies for the contribution, it will always be there. But at that time, there will be one thing, that those who do not want to disclose that to whom they have actually contributed, okay, so they can do such a thing.
Yes.
Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Why so? Okay, carry on.
Okay, so now I would like to call Yash for further representation.
Good morning, everyone. I am going to explain about Section 185 loan to directors. So, can anyone tell me what is loan to directors?
Yes.
Anyone from our class?
You ask. Yes, you ask people over there in the class,
Yes,
whom you consider that they will be having some, you know, except Saurabh. Saurabh keeps on saying a lot of things. Except Saurabh, ask someone. Raghav Dubey, are you there?
anyone. Anyone can
Raghav,
answer.
Raghav Dubey, are you there, Raghav Dubey? If you are not there, I will just remove you from the class, Raghav. You are removed now. Okay. Sahib Chauhan. Sahib Chauhan, are you there? You also want to get removed, Sahib? Okay, Tushar Khandelwal.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Tushar.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, you ask question.
Yes, sir. Can anyone tell me what is a loan to directors? Anyone can answer.
Tushar, you answer. What do you mean by loan to die? Have you heard about loan to partners in partnership? Yes, Saurabh. Carry on. Yes, Saurabh.
What I understand by this word is simple, like when we give loan to a director by taking some guarantee in a company.
No, that is okay. Why it is being studied? Loan to directors, fine. The company can give loan to anyone, na? What's special in giving it to the directors? And what is not special in giving it to directors? Why we are so much bothered about giving the loans to the directors? Whose money it is?
So shareholders' money and
Public money.
director. Yes, sir.
And director will be getting benefit out of it at their own conditions. Why so? He must not get benefit out of it. Okay. So that's the reason why it is being discussed. So in the same way as the partners get the loan from, the partners also can take loan from the partnership firm. Okay, at certain interest which is fixed. Okay, here director's loan is also is allowed, but it is subject to certain conditions. Okay, yeah. Now yes, you carry on.
So to understand the term loan to directors, first we have to understand who are directors and what is loan. Director, a member of the board of people that manages or oversees the affairs of a business. Loan is not defined anywhere in the Companies Act 2013. However, in normal parlance, any transaction in which money is given with the intention to be returned, either or without interest, is termed as loan. So, by merging these two terms, we can understand what is loan to directors. When money is given, when money is given to the directors with the intention to be returned, either or without interest. Next.
Very good, very good.
From now, we are going to discuss about section 185, subsection 1, prohibition. Company shall not give directly or indirectly any loan represented by book debt, give guarantee or provide security. Before moving on, we have to understand what is book debt. Can anyone tell me what is book debt?
A very easy question.
Anyone?
Come on. Sambhav Garg. Sambhav.
Yes, sir.
या लोन या बताओ ना बुक डेट क्या होता है?
According to me, book debt is the amount of debt which is actually shown in the books.
Good, good, good. तुषार खंडेलवाल.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
तुषार बुक डेट क्या होता है बेटा?
Hello. Sir.
Yeah, Tushar, what is book debt?
The book debt.
अरे तुम कर क्या रहे हो यार? शुभम सिंह राणा. शुभम.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do you mean by book debts?
Book debt.
Hmm.
पता नहीं sir, the total debt I guess of the company. Hello.
बोलो ना बेटा.
Sir, I'm not sure, but I think it's the total debt owned by the company, I guess.
Owned by the company.
Owed.
Owed by the company. Very good. Yes.
Okay. So as Shubham told us, book debt is the term used for sums of money owed to the bankrupt partnership or company at the date of the insolvency order, usually for goods or services supplied or work carried out. So again, we're gonna discuss. Company shall not give directly or indirectly any loan represented by book debt, give guarantee or provide security to any of its director or any other person in whom the director is interested.
See here. What is the intention? Intention is that the directors must not take extra benefit of the company being so prosperous. Suppose if director wants to take a loan from the bank and he provides a guarantee from the company, because he can do it. He is at a position. He can actually make the company give a guarantee on behalf of him to the bank. And afterwards, if he will not pay, who will pay? The company has to pay. So such type of things in any ways, neither it can take any direct loan from the company, nor it can book any debts with the company, nor neither it can go for any, it can tell the company to give guarantee on its behalf. Okay, so the things onus will come on the company afterwards. Okay, carry on.
For the purpose of this section, the expression to any other person in whom director is interested means any director. First point, any director of the lending company or of a company which is its holding company, or any partner or relative of any such director.
Director is not at all. It is, if the director is prohibited, he cannot make anyone else take loan on his behalf, or even he cannot just okay चलो मुझे नहीं तो इनको तो दे दो. I can't take, but he is not a director. He can take. So what he will do? He will take from him. So that also is restricted. Okay. So one or the other way, directors are not allowed to take direct indirect benefits from the prosperity of the company itself, right? Carry on.
Okay, second point, any firm in which any such director or relative is a partner. Third, any private company of which any such director is a director or member. Third, any body corporate of a general manager of which not less than 25% of the total voting power may be exceeded or controlled by one exercised or controlled by any such director, or by two or more such directors together. Fifth, any body corporate, the board of directors, the MD, or the manager whereof is accustomed to act in accordance with the direction or intention of such.
So guys, if you see all these provisions, this has actually restricted that the director should not get benefit either through himself directly or through his relatives or through being a director of any company and let the company take the loan, holding and subsidiaries taking loan. So from everywhere, ये सारे रास्ते इसने बंद कर दिए हैं. Okay, so all the things, any body corporate, BOD or MD means if he is over there, then such company will not get a loan from this particular company. Okay, so all the doors are being closed by with this section, that he cannot get benefit out of it. Yeah, carry on. Yes.
Now, this section will be further explained by Sanya Kaur.
Yes, Sanya. Sanya? Sanya, where are you?
Hello.
Yes, Sanya, carry on. Very
Sorry,
good.
I think I was muted.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions regarding any of the topics that have been covered?
Yes, let me see who asked the question, who takes the initiative, who makes the class interactive. Neha Singh, would you like to ask some question? Neha, Shahid, are you there, Neha? Kaushal Agarwal.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Kaushal, any question?
No, sir.
Question at all? Okay. Anyway, beta, you have explained it so well that there are no questions. Saurabh, having some question at least. Saurabh, any question?
No, sir. But who make these actually? These provisions are made by whom? Because if
provisions in this act are being passed by the parliament now, they only make it.
okay, I thought that registrar or something like they do make those. These people make this provision.
For creating the law, experts are invited. Even I have given many suggestions while the Companies Act was formulated. So there is open forum. Backing can be done. Okay. Sanya, continue with that.
Okay, sir. So,
everyone is understand. That's great. Yeah.
okay. So the next topic that we will start is exceptions. There are some exceptions that are associated with Section 185. The first of them being loan to a managing director or whole-time directors. So any loan to a managing director or a whole-time director as a part of the conditions of service extended by the company to all its employees or pursuant to any scheme approved by the members by a special resolution. So any loan to managing director or whole-time director can be given, but the two important conditions here that should be fulfilled are that they should be a condition of service, and the second thing, it can be approved by the board by a special resolution. The second point here is a company engaged in business of finance subject to return on investment. Sorry, return on investment charge not less than bank rate by RBI. So here an important question will be how much is the current bank rate that is charged by RBI, and anybody has any idea about the current bank rate?
Think about the bank rate also. People can Google bank rate and tell over here, no problem. Carry on.
Definitely.
6% or something like that.
It's actually 4.25%.
Yeah, because it has been reduced recently because of COVID time.
So any company that is engaged in business of finance subject to return on investment charge not less than bank rate by RBI, they are also an exception to Section 185 and they can be given loan. And the third point here is any loan made by a holding company to its wholly owned subsidiary or guarantee given or security provided by holding company in respect of loan to its wholly owned subsidiary. So the wholly owned subsidiaries, they are also eligible for a loan since they are owned and controlled by the holding company itself. So these will be the money invested in a wholly owned subsidiary company will actually be a part of the holding company's share only. So these loans are also acceptable. And the fourth point here is any guarantee given or security provided by a holding company in respect of loan made by any bank or financial institution to its subsidiary company. So these guarantees or securities, they are also an exception to Section 185. So there's an important provision also here that provided that such loans made are utilized by the subsidiary company for its principal business transactions only. By this statement, we can say that the principal business transaction means that the ordinary business of a company is being discussed here. So I think this topic clear?
Very well explained, Anya. Very well. So any doubt to anyone regarding this? See how effective. Great.
Okay, so next topic is contraventions. Contraventions, or you can also say penalties or punishments that are available. So if a company defaults on this section, a company can be punishable from rupees 5 lakh to rupees 25 lakhs, and a director or officer in default will be punishable with imprisonment of 6 months or with a fine of rupees 5 lakh to 25 lakhs or with both of them. And the next topic will be difference. So we will be considering the difference between Section 295 and 296 of Companies Act 1956 and Section 185 Companies Act 2013. So the first point is that this Section 295, it was applicable only to public companies, but now it is applicable to all companies, including private companies. And earlier it was restricted. The second point, previously it was restricted. It was allowed with the previous approval of central government. Now it is strictly prohibited. The first in the first we can say the column, Section 295, it was previously restricted, but there were certain approvals that can be given by the central government, but now it's completely prohibited and there are no backdoors to this. Third point is imprisonment could be avoided by fully repaying the loan. Now, in spite of repayment of the full amount, imprisonment is still inflicted. The fourth point here is the word book debt is not included. So any loans that were made that represented a book debt were not considered in Section 295, but now they are being considered. And an important point that was added in Section 185 in 2013 was that managing director or whole-time directors are exempt from purview of section on certain conditions. The two conditions that we have already discussed, that a special resolution by members required, and the second point, as part of condition of service extended by the companies to its employees. These two conditions were not present in Section 295 earlier, but now they are present. So any conflict of point, any problem with this topic?
Yes,
to anyone?
Anything you would like to ask? Anyone, anything? Sanya, actually it is well self-clear and you are making the points with all clarity. So, chalo, you just finish with your presentation.
Okay, sir. Okay, so other aspects of Section 185 include that the provisions of this section is applicable to both companies of that are private as well as public, that as we discussed in the difference point also. And the second point is the requirement of permission of central government for giving loans to directors as required under Companies Act 2013 has been dispensed with. The third point is the exemption given to loan or guarantee or security granted or provided by any holding company to its subsidiary company, or the exemption given to private company has been dispensed with. So these all these provisions that are given in Section 185 of the Companies Act 2013 now completely prohibit any loans given to any director of a company, whether it is directly given or indirectly given. So I think this is it for our presentation.
Great.
And anybody has any questions, then we still take. I mean, we can always clarify those.
Excellent.
And
Yeah,
I
any
hope this
one of you?
this was helpful.
Yeah, and it was really a great presentation by Sanya, Yash, Naveen, and Priyanshi. And Sanya, you have taken a very good lead in order to, make this presentation fruitful, effective. Rather, I appreciate that you tried to clarify each and every point whatsoever was given. Even you asked for the bank rate. That was really a very good thing, which really, fascinated me for this presentation. Yeah, this is Sanya. Can you please pass on this template to me? It is a very beautiful template. Uh,
Sir, I just made this at home. Like, took me some time, but I made this.
okay.
It's not actually a template.
Okay, this is what you have actually prepared it.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
wow. It's really amazing, and creativity has come out. Means that is for the reason why I just uh, I just keep on telling people you are full of creativity and knowledge. Why don't you share it? So you have seen my presentation, very dry, white in color, and all that. So this was really very good. Actually, I try to put more content in it, and I also keep on explaining various things while you have been seeing that while I was presenting in the class when presentations going on. But I would rank this as a better one because this colorful thing has actually made it very not only creative but also attractive, so that you keep on seeing okay what is going on and what has happened. So that was a great transition in this presentation. So if you can share this particular template, it will be good. Otherwise, presentation you all have to go for. One more important thing, Sanya, while you will be forwarding this presentation to me, all those notes which you have given in the class, now, which are not a part of your presentation, prepare it as a notes. Notes are
Okay,
there
sir.
in the PPT. You have a column of writing
Mhm.
notes, which are not actually displayed to others, but you can keep on writing. I think you have written it on a piece of paper, I suppose. So please, all of you, means all your team members, if they can put their parts of notes whatsoever they have asked in the class over here, along with the answers and all that in the notes part of your presentation, that will make this presentation a good one, right? So I will also keep it with me, and even I will also present it somewhere. And don't worry, I will acknowledge you all the time. I will be doing it. I'm a
Not a
teacher,
problem,
I have
sir.
to, because it gives me a proud that all of you are presenting so well. Means everyone, whosoever has presented till date, amazing presentations from all of you. And I expect my expectations are now have got higher. The people who will be presenting, they will be higher. Each and every presentation is a great contribution. And thanks to your class CR also, who has taken the initiative to just present it first in the class. And in so less time she prepared, and she prepared the quiz also so well. I hope your quiz is also ready.
Yes, sir.
What is the timing for it to go live?
So 1:30 to 1:45.
Excellent. So I will not take much of your time.
Yes.
Okay, so you carry on.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sir, I just have a problem with this quiz thing. The
Yeah.
everyday conducting quiz at the break time is not actually so comfortable. Actually, I'm on a vacation right now, and the net problem is really over here.
Okay. Fine.
So every day there is a quiz, and that too in a free time.
Saurabh, 15 minutes out of your so busy schedule, I think will be okay, I suppose. Is it okay, Saurabh? 15 minutes.
No, so you can take it like the end of the week, multiple quizzes. Not every day. It's not so
The thing is, let me
like I was on a leave yesterday, and I missed yesterday's quiz.
actually taking quizzes at the end of the week. You all have to revise it once again, and all these things have to be go on. So that's why whatever you have studied fresh, you should be able to answer that fresh. So I think that is a better practice. And taking quiz on the weekends, all the quizzes, bombarding and all that, I don't think for you it may be okay, but others they are not comfortable. And even when you do it on the same day, you are fresh with your knowledge and you can do it. Yeah, regarding your timing, I think you can extend your 10 minutes vacation for me, I suppose. That be okay, Saurabh?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And anyone, but at least, Saurabh, I appreciate that you at least tell these things. People actually they keep in their heart, and then afterwards, they spoil the feedback of the faculty. I don't know why, but it is always good to just put your words in front of the class, and it is always good to have it like that. Okay, I've been removing some people while they are not at all responding. I hope you all appreciate that. And those also who are being removed, they come attentive. They be attentive in the during the next time and whenever, because anything can be asked to anyone anytime. So they at least have to respond. I think that makes the class more effective, I suppose. What is your opinion, Saurabh? You have always been active in the class right from the beginning.
No, sir, it's totally understandable.
Yeah, yeah. Because even if, let me tell you one more thing. Let me tell you, all of you, one more thing. Nobody is going to be detained. Okay, no one. Even if somebody has not attended the class even once, I'm not going to detain that person also. This is my principle. I follow it. But whosoever is coming in the class, if you are in the class physically and mentally, then be there. Otherwise, it's okay. For attendance, if you are doing it, don't come in my class at all. Because here we are interacting, here we are learning something. And I hope some learning happens in this class at least, because there is an interaction, there is a question, there are certain, some creativity also comes out. So it's all about that. Okay, fine. So thank you, Sanya. Thank you, everyone, for being over. Okay, so let us just depart for the time being. Oh, okay, let me take the attendance. I have not taken the attendance at the end. Yeah, Astha Khandelwal, Abhigyan, Aditya, Ankit, Ritik Bharadwaj, Jabima, Karan Agarwal, Kaushal Agarwal, Navya, Neha Singh, Sambhav Garg, Sarvanch, Saurabh Yadav, Sahib Chauhan, Shreya, Shubham Singh Rana, Vanshika, Yashwardhan, Vanshika's name is coming twice. I don't know why. Ashutosh, no, it is something being jumbled. Anyways, so this is all who are present in the class. So total 17 people are there over here. Okay, guys. So all the best. Have a nice time. Have a nice day. And the Diwali is also coming. So wish you well in advance the happy Diwali. One more thing I would like to tell you is that tomorrow can we have a class tomorrow, because we had less classes. I mean to say, yeah, tomorrow and day after tomorrow also. Tomorrow it is Thursday. So if we can have a class tomorrow, that will be good. Shreya, what do you say? 12 o'clock will be okay for all of you to just go for a class. 12, 12:15, whatever.
So we have class at 12:15.
So at the same time, 1:15 or okay, 1:15 I have a class. Okay, Shreya, please get back to me regarding the timings of the class for tomorrow and for Friday also. Otherwise, we will not be able to finish off with the classes, the minimum number of classes which we have to conduct.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so who is presenting tomorrow? Let us decide that also.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, who is presenting tomorrow? Tomorrow's presentation is with whom? Shreya, whose turn is for tomorrow's presentation?
So it will become as Saurabh's team.
Saurabh, would you be able to?
Sir, I don't think so. Actually, I am at my farmhouse and all my stuff is at Jaipur.
So when you have decided to present?
Sir, I was ready to give on this Monday, but the team took complete 1 hour, so we didn't got our turn, and I will be back by Saturday, so I can give on next Monday.
So this Monday you will be able to give it, right?
Yes, sir.
So Monday is 17th, right? 17th is
yes,
Monday.
sir.
17th will be your presentation. Fine, we still have some days, some time to. Okay, who can present tomorrow? You all have given your means. You have all have prepared your PPTs and all. Yeah. Who else is there? Shreya, who else is there? Who have to present?
So two more groups are there. One is Ishpreet's team and one is Neha's team.
Yeah, Neha, would you be able to present tomorrow? Neha? Neha saying?
Sir, my teammates can't present this week, so next week only.
What happened?
I'm not sure, sir, but they asked you, I guess, to present next week only.
Okay. Previously itself. Okay, Ishpreet. Ishpreet.
So actually, Ishpreet is out of town.
Yeah, he is not. Fine, then I think. Fine. What we will do, we will discuss certain topics. I will just means it will be a regular class, right? So tomorrow, just Shreya just picks up some time for tomorrow and get back to me on this.
Okay,
Right,
sir.
Shreya?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it will not clash any of the. It should not clash any of the classes going on, and then we can have it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Take care. Bye bye, all of you. Have a nice time. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye. See you.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Have a nice day, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.